Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another truly hardcore, no, not that one, it's Technical Tuesday! Welcome back to another live stream. I tried to save the intro halfway through, I completely failed! Anyway, we got Archangel of Death being the very first person here a whole hour early, Mr. Lincoln Jason, and Kaz being an hour early as well, welcome in. We also got Lantha Murloc, Raymond Soto, along with Honey Burger, and Longhorn Gamer Alien Searcher, and MT Crafter, Galaxite Bestest Shark, and Soggy Froggy, Nightstorm, S Fitcher, and Milk Dud Banquet, how you doing? We also got Zero Cruel in the chat, Zombie Clown King, and Burning Paper Giant. Hello there. Welcome in, everybody. So tonight we're going to be messing with some different concepts for a Bedrock block farm, because I feel like that'll be a cool thing to do. And if you haven't seen it, just this weekend I released a new Bedrock block farm. It is from C-Max, and I need to find out where I have a link to their video. So many tabs. All the tabs. Here's a link to their video. But also, like, yeah, I made a video on it too. Same thing. Same farm. Anyway, it's really fun. So I want to mess around with it tonight as well and see what we can do. Mess with this. I will mess with your 45 months of subscriberage. You crazy. Welcome in. Nonsense. We also got Real, hello there, and Breb, and Silly Warrior, and Kylo Ben, Salt as well, Sierra, Jilliana, Lantern, and BT, Mindful Knight, and everybody's here. All the regulars are here. Cool, let's go ahead and hop into the game, shall we? Let's see, is there any spoilers for stuff? Probably not. I don't have anything worth spoiling. Besides a Bug Rock video that should have been recorded yesterday and today and should have released today, but now it's going to release on Thursday because I'm halfway through recording it. Yeah, being a professional. Happy birthday, Asher! We're farming Bedrock Edition or Bedrock. We're farming Bedrock Edition. We're hacking Mojang, getting our hacking keyboard out, and we're gonna give everybody a free copy of Minecraft. Yeah! Don't do that, that's illegal. Illegal's bad, okay? Nether portal moment. Yes, the nether portal's fine. Anyway, so I did explain all the mechanics in the video, but since not everybody watched the video, it's missing like 470,000 views. I mean, where are you guys? Where's all the subscribers at? They're supposed to watch the video, right? If you have 500,000 subs, you're supposed to get 500,000 views. That's how that works, right? I don't know. You watched it. Okay, fine. Anyway. Clearly in a joking mood today. I need to turn off mob spawning. This Endermen are annoying. Game rule. Do mob spawnings or do mob spawning? It's definitely not a game mode. Do mob spawning. Do mob spawning. False. There we go. Bad Endermen. So if you want to get yourself a bedrock block or a bedrock item or any of that good stuff, you need a way of actually breaking bedrock, which is not similar to Breaking Bad, but it sounds similar. And for that, we can use end crystals, because these guys always have fire underneath them. Any block that's underneath them will just get lit on fire. If you put a block underneath them, it's going to get deleted. Like, you literally cannot have a block right there. It just is not possible. The fire takes a precedent. You can try and spam it all you want. It doesn't work. My auto-clicker's not even fast enough for it. And basically what you can do is you can actually push an end crystal, and that is how we can go about deleting some bedrock. So for some reason, I'm still not sure about this, but it doesn't get pushed on the first try. You actually have to like relog, and then once you log back in, then you can push it, which is a little bit strange. We can also get ourselves the end portal right here. Hold on. Not that one. That one. So yeah, now we can push this end crystal. That'll actually delete that bedrock. And then you can push it again, and that'll delete, you know, end portals as well. So we also need to use the end fountain, because this actually regenerates. You don't just need like a static piece of bedrock in your world. You can't acquire just a static piece of bedrock. It has to be something that regenerates constantly, like maybe an in-city gateway, or this dude. This dude is the best one. I don't think you would ever be able to use these guys, because like this whole area around this whole zone gets reset, like the whole pillar, and then I think it goes up like several blocks. There's a lot of this area that gets reset, so I don't think you can use those. Now, being in the end dimension for a minute, you are the worst person to ever have abandoned action. Anyway, so while you're doing that process, you can also get these immortal end crystals in the overworld, and I also want to mess with these as well. So this is sending a beam, just a straight up giant laser beam, all the way to what I assume is 0, 0. This is perfect for a Star Wars, like, you know, warp speed. We're going so fast! We got speed lines! Look how fast I'm walking! Vroom, vroom, vroom. What are some uses for Bedrock? I don't know. I just make the farm. You guys go from there. Probably wither cages, wither killers. You got yourself blasting chambers, pranks, illegal block libraries, cursed block libraries, a reason for the mods to finally ban you because you've been getting on their nerves. You got other reasons to ban people from your server, and you got a reason to go back to the end dimension. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're messing with today. You could use this on a regular bedrock floor to flatten it. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, if you had like 1,000 bedrock, you could flatten the floor in the overworld. So to show you how this works, we have these 2 end crystals are just here to get ready to resummon the dragon. Anyway, these crystals have been pushed over so that they are deleting these 3 portals that would typically be in these 3 locations. That's just so we can actually get the guys down to this layer right here, because we're farming these 3 bedrock that are about to be right there. So, you know what? I think I can do this a little bit better. Let's go ahead and just refill this. Oh, it's already like that. Okay, well, let's place in that final one. That's going to start resummoning the dragon. It doesn't actually resummon it. And then you press the button. That turns on TNT. After you do this and this, I kind of messed it up. Yeah, I kind of messed that one up. Okay, we'll try that again. I broke it. So, right now, the fountain's actually broken, but as you can see, as soon as you place in this last beam, that's going to resummon the fountains, all that's there. You press this button, that deletes the bedrock, because the fire can be placed on top of those piston arms. You push in those endstone, and then you blow up that thing. And then this endstone gets turned into bedrock and actually blown up. So, as you can see, you get yourself a piece of bedrock. That's because the explosion is destroying the endstone that's right there. The second, the millisecond, the nanosecond that is turned into a piece of bedrock, and then it's already being broken off as an item, so you get a bedrock drop. It's a very similar concept to the OG bedrock farms that me and several other people like Panda and Ken and I think JX and 2 or 3 other people. It was like a whole group effort from the community. Yeah, this is a pretty similar thing. So you would stand right here. This piece of bedrock would get broken by a method that no longer works anymore, and then you would mine snow layers from this dude. I think I need to have mob griefing on. Is mob griefing not on? Game roll, do mob griefing. True. Yeah, so you'd mine this snow with a shovel or whatever, and then it would get replaced as a bedrock right as you're mining it, and then you would mine the snow, accidentally mine the bedrock, and then you get a bedrock item. So that one was like fully automatic and AFK and stuff. You wouldn't need to resummon the dragon to refresh it, because previously there was a mechanic where if you broke out every single one of these portals, the entire thing would just keep regenerating, which is actually super convenient. But as you see, that doesn't happen anymore. You have to resummon it to regenerate it, which I don't really like. Because you could just break out all those portals. Then you're stuck in the end. I already broke it. Heck yeah, I already broke it. That's my job. Gonna go make the bedrock farm. Can you use beds instead of TNT? I'm not sure. I want to try that, though. Let's see. Do I still play Through the Bedrock? Yes. I have been streaming on there, and I have an episode that I need to make, but I haven't done it yet. Because I'm a bad person. Basically. That's where we're at. Basically, I'm evil, and I should not be trusted, and y'all should have known that already. This is gonna destroy a lot more than it probably should. Also, the reason why we get an Immortal in crystal is because these 3 crystals right here actually get sent to the overworld. They don't get blown up. Even though you are literally lighting a piece of TNT underneath them, they don't blow up. So what's happening is, like, this one gets blown up, and then that cancels the summoning, regenerates the portal. These portals get placed in so fast that these guys get teleported. And then this one in the middle is actually part of the summoning process. So it has the beams. So if we go back to the overworld, see, we got a whole pile of them, and then one of these dudes in here has a beam coming off of it. I'm not going to break this because that would cause a big old mess right in the middle of my world spawn. And my world spawn is beautiful. Radius equals 2. There we go. Is that not going to do anything? There it goes. Took a little bit of lag. It's all fine. Hey, Rabbit Raccoon, thank you for 4 months of resubscribing. Welcome back. I think I broke my world. Hello? You have 1 job. There we go. It's just a little bit slow. I'm evil since when? Since forever. Did I break my world already? Dodge, thank you for the follow. We also got Spire MC with the follow. Fiery Water and Volps. Thank you for the follows as well. Welcome in, everybody. I think I broke the world. I didn't even do anything. I just tried to kill an ink crystal. Yeah, we do have a spreadsheet for all the farms ever. It's got credits to everybody. It's got links to all of it. It's got, it's marked as if the farm works or not, if it needs an update. We're going to kill this game because it deserves it. I mean, because it's crashing. Broke Minecraft. Just a little bit. Back and roll since 1942. Back in my day. Would that make me 80? That would make me 80, wouldn't it? Yeah. Someone born in 1942 is 80 years old. That's old. I ain't that old. Much older than that. Will the crystal spawn at world spawn? World spawn. So, does anybody feel like explaining to me why I'm here? Just here. Middle of the void. 1,600 blocks out. Do I like cheese? I love cheese. I can talk about cheese all day. What do you want to talk about? That's easy. I broke it again. I see. This is a Wither Rose farm. Don't know how long this has been here. Right then. Doo-doo-doo. You want to talk about Gouda? Not a fan. Next cheese. Did I break the entire world? No, all this stuff is still here. Yeah, I just... Wait a second. 1,600 in the overworld is the world spawn. Right? Yeah! Oh, so it took me to the world spawn coordinates in the end dimension. That is so dumb. You know? Gorgonzola. Never heard of it. Next cheese. Swiss cheese. I haven't had that in forever. Next cheese. Feta cheese. That's... I don't know. Not a fan. Next cheese. Mozzarella. That's a good cheese. Cheddar. That's a good cheese. Hey, Purely. Blue cheese sucks. I agree. Next cheese. Brie cheese. I've heard of it, but I've never tried it. Next cheese. Anyway, so that was whole sidetracked. Not the cheese. The rest of what we were just doing. Colby Jack. That's a good cheese. Munster cheese, never heard of it. Next cheese. Bread cheese. Bread plus cheese is the best cheese. Can't go wrong with that. Why is this not summoning a dragon right now? There it goes. So, delete the bedrock. Push in those things. Blow it all up. And I don't see a piece of bedrock, but I also kind of ruined this whole area. Yeah, so the thing about the bed is fire. Lots and lots of fire. Lots and lots of fire. So let's try that again, shall we? I think we would need to place that on a piece of glass or something, because it might have fallen down into there. Otherwise, it might just be TNT that works, which is so weird. We're gonna have to put that glass back. Yeah, let's keep trying this, because I do want to know if beds work. Beds could be a very cheap way of doing this. Beds could be a great way to have yourself some bedrock. I also want to try increasing our chances of getting more bedrock, because the current farm is not very productive. Whereas if we can upgrade this, we might have a method of getting a lot more bedrock with a lot less effort, maybe? I don't think there's going to be a way of automating this. Okay, I don't think it's going to give us bedrock either. Oh, it did give us a bedrock. Okay. That was a pretty low drop chance. Okay, so it is possible. Maybe we had one before. I'm not sure. Fair enough. Okay, let's try that with an in crystal as well. Do we need to try with an in crystal? I don't think so. Let's try with a creeper. That sounds fun. Let's try with a creeper. I always wanted to blow up bedrock with a creeper. I could put it on TikTok. Getting bedrock in Minecraft using a creeper. Respawn anchor. Okay, so hold on. Pop quiz for all of you guys in the chat. What is the one explosive in Minecraft that gives you 100% drop rate on everything that it drops? So, if it blows up 10 blocks, every single one of those blocks gets dropped. What is it? You have until the first person guesses it right. Bruno! Thank you for the raid! You were summoned! Is that perfect timing or what? Cause on the diagonal just gifted you a sub to the channel. Welcome in, Bruno Raid. You are now a subscriber to the Silence. How you doing, buddy? Thank you for the raid as well. Welcome in, Bruno Raiders. We're messing on a Bedrock Edition Bedrock Block Farm. Yes, Bedrock Block Farm. It's a real thing. I just did it. You weren't here to see it, but it was a real thing. So look at this. You respawn that thing, you press this button, that deletes some bedrock, you push in some blocks right there, and then you summon a creeper, light that dude up. That didn't do it this time. It's not 100%. It's not a 100% thing. Also, I'm not sure if that actually was midway done summoning the dragon or what. Let's keep trying that. I wonder if that paused the dragon summoning, like, midway through. It seems like it could have. Coulda, shoulda, mighta. Are you gonna stay right there, bud? I need you to stay right there, okay? Yeah, you're not gonna do it. Wow, rude. Creepers, man, they're never, ever useful. Okay, so that actually broke all the end crystals. That wasn't even strong enough to break the end stone. Are these guys not strong enough to break end stone? Creepers suck. Creepers are terrible. Who invented creepers? This was a bad idea. Nobody wants these guys. But yeah, okay, let's actually do that for realsy this time. That way people will actually get an idea of what's happening here. This is how you do it. This right here. And see, bam! A bedrock block item. Should use a charge creeper. I was just thinking about that, but like, that's too much effort. Okay, the River Cat, thank you for the follow. We also got MC Crank with the follow, and Dave, USPS, Mr. Dark, and a couple others. Welcome in, everybody. Right, so did you guys guess correctly for the one item that actually breaks everything? Because ghasts are the only one that I know of. But I don't think ghast can break in stone. Now, if we were playing on Java Edition, where if a TNT destroys 10 blocks, all 10 blocks actually drop as an item, we would have much, much better bedrock block farm rates. But some of these items that are getting broken are not being dropped. So what I want to do is I want to farm a lot more of this fountain at one time and see if that gives us better rates. Because we need a way of getting better rates out of this thing. What did you miss in the last 5 minutes? A Bruno raid! Nicky Games better than you. Thank you for the follow. Right, so we need to push in some end crystals now. Or, you know what, let's just resummon this, and then I'll just kind of cheat and put in the crystals where they should be. If we get it to work in creative, then we'll figure out how to build it in survival. Because we already know how to build it in survival, so it's not a big deal. Okay. And then we need to have some pistons right over here. And then that's going to push in these three guys. That's going to push in the end stone. That way the end stone gets blown up. Ghast Blaster End Edition. It would be kind of fun to have a ghast in here, but I don't think they're even powerful enough to break end stone. So, unfortunately, not going to have to be a thing that we do for this. So that will do all of that. We need a way to have a block underneath these guys. So I'm thinking what we need to do is this. Have them face upwards. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so we need to have a ring of these guys facing upwards. Place in the thing! How did I place in the other one? There we go. Magic. Place it. Place it. There we go. Oh! Mild safety hazards. I'm sure that's fine. Yeah, okay. That makes it so much easier to place in these pistons. Oh my god. So thoughtful. That's great. Oh, beautiful. Okay. That's great. Mind the crater. I knew that that was going to happen, obviously. That was an intended, known risk of this endeavor. And there was no surprises. Definitely not a jump scare that nearly gave me 4 heart attacks simultaneously. Definitely not a thing that was ever considered a plausibility as an issue. I mean, our insurance approved it, so, you know, it was on the up and up. Hey, King Carl, welcome back for 11 months of resubscribe. Rich, how you doing? Nearly a year? That's crazy. Hopefully you're doing great. Okay, so this is looking much more complicated. Where's my structure-y? We got Bedrock Block Farm 1. Let's say this is Bedrock Block Farm 2. Advanced Bedrock Block Farm. Improved Bedrock Block Farm. break out that one and this one. Because that way you can slot these guys in, slot those guys in, slot those ones in, then slot those ones in. Does blocky blow up have to be in stone? I'm not sure. I don't think so, no. So that's actually a great question. Is there a block that drops 100% of the time? Like it has to drop itself if it's blown up. Surely there is, of all the blocks in the game, right? A shulker? Beacons? Nether star? No, it has to be a block. Tile entities like pistons always drop from an explosion. Ancient debris, get out of here! Let's prove your logic. Piston, actually, that does sound about right, actually. Anvil. No, definitely not dirt. Far so good. If we get 9 for 9, that'll be solid. That actually looks like a guaranteed. 8, 9. Okay. Is there something cheaper, like a chest? Netherite blocks? Nah. Because that's a tile entity too, isn't it? Okay. Look at that. I'm a smart brain. 9. Okay. What can we think of that is cheaper than a chest? Go, 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 go. Think fast. We're on a time limit here. Shulker boxes. Let's just do that because that's definitely cheaper than a chest. I mean, it only requires 1 chest each. Obviously, that's cheaper. There's some purple shells. There's literally a farm for these things. There's no chest farm. Clearly cheaper. Barrels, actually. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. Perfect. Barrels, I think, might actually be really good. Because these are actually cheaper. Crafting table? No, that's just a regular block. A regular block with, like, infinity tools on it. Wish my crafting table was that good. Minecarts? Minecarts are not a block. That is not a thing that works. Yeah, look at that. Only half of them. Okay, so... yeah, chest and shulkers is looking like the best one. Let's try out dropper. A lectern. Those are so expensive, though. Composter. Droppers looks like a yes. Yeah, droppers is a yes. Okay, let's try out a composter too, actually. I always forget the stupid name of these things. Like, the thing with the stripes. I'm very coherent. Absolutely not. That was terrible. Only 1? That's a terrible suggestion. Why would you suggest such a terrible thing? Wow. Wow. That was just utterly terrible. Sorry. Deep slate, trap chest. Yeah, trap chest. Furnaces look like probably a yes. Yep, furnaces are a go. Okay, so furnaces or chests? Which one do you guys think? Bedrock is weird. Pistons can be duplicated while blown up while extended. Well, why would you say that in the chat and then have me read that aloud? Because now 153 people know about that. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. You would never... It's not like I'm going to test it on stream just to prove that it works or anything. I would never do such a terrible thing as that. I would never show off a duplication glitch on my stream. Definitely not, especially because that one doesn't actually work. Yeah, apparently that doesn't work. It did work at one point. People made a farm for it. 180,000 pistons an hour, which is just too many pistons. Okay. I don't know if will actually work or not. Also, why isn't this summoning a dragon? We have one on all sides. Let's save this dude. We should get something to happen here. Okay. That did delete all the bedrock. Oh, you can't place a block there. That was a terrible test run. But it might have taught us something or another. We got Khan. Welcome back, and thank you for gifting a sub to the other names were taken. Thank you. DTPS Gaming, thank you for the follow as well. We also got Khan gifting another sub, or sorry, resubscribing for 17 months. So many other problems we're solving in the world, like getting Striders back on Terptopia. Never. Why would we ever do that? OTP8, thank you for the follow as well. I don't know if Striders are still causing lag or not. If they aren't, then yeah, we can have them back. But if they're still causing lag, then like they gotta be gone. They gots to be gone. Right, so we need to set up a redstone line, obviously. All good problems were solved using one redstone line. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of redstone. Maybe a repeater. This is looking kind of large. You know what? I can make this cheaper, guys. Look at that. Oh my god, I just saved you 2 redstone dust. You are so welcome. This is a lovely place to stand where you just got all of that right above you. Okay, so that's the bedrock deletion. And then we have the pistons right here. We need to break out all the endstone in front of these guys and put chests in there. And then we also need a place to... We need a place to light the TNT. We might need one on each side, like that. That way it actually blows it up. What's the blast resistance of a chest? How much can we get away with? Strider lag is real. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's why Strider's a banned. Stonks, I'm rich now. Yay. That wasn't too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we can get it 4 blocks away. Is that much better for you guys? Can you see a lot better now? Because they actually fixed the end skies. Or at least my texture pack fixed it. So it's not like terribly grainy. Just kind of smooth. Smooth and purple. Place things so fast. I tried to be speedy. Speedy. My last caffeine was 8 hours ago, I swear. Let's see. Yeah, I guess a dude there. We might be able to get away with one just on each corner, kind of like this. Although it's got to be blown up at the exact same time, so we need a redstone line to power both of those blocks. This is getting overcomplicated, but we're going to simplify this stuff later. Of course, I swear it's not going to get more expensive. Building out of obsidian because, you know, this stuff blows up a lot. Not my fault. Just blows up. We should do this. That way we don't power a piston. Okay. So getting around here, breaking out all that instant and putting in the chest might be the hardest part. Okay. Let's go ahead and save that. This might be better. It might not be. We'll find out, I guess. That was quick. So, deleting Bedrock, and then going around and breaking out all these guys. Placing in these. You would have to be very fast to do this. But I'm running out of time. No, there's a dragon. We get any bedrock for that? I think it blew up too late. Maybe we'll just try a bed. Bed might be better. Because that's instant. Yeah, that might be better. Okay. Yeah, you can't get the end portal tiles anymore. You used to be able to get them back in like 1.6 or something. If you had yourself a water bucket, you just place it in there. Did I see that part of this got broken? That might have just been for me. Also, you know what we're going to do? We're going to use a fill command. Just to try this out. Okay, so bedrock deleted, chests installed, chest pushed in, and a TNT lit. It looks nice and clean, don't it? We did actually get a piece of bedrock from that. It's not as good as I expected. I'm kind of expecting like, you know, 9 pieces of bedrock. It functions. It's just not that great. See you later, stone. Yeah, you could do something like that, brainless, but it doesn't appear to be a very good method. I thought it would work a lot better. We'll give it another shot. We'll give it another shot. Also, no one's noticed that I have glowstone on my head. Just want to throw that out there. Y'all are not very observant. We did get 2 that time. It's the first time I've ever got more than 1. This is definitely a heck of more effort for barely any more result. There's got to be a way to increase the way of doing this. There's got to be a way of doing it. I do have existing wither killers and cages on the channel right now that work perfectly fine. They were designed to be built out of obsidian when withers didn't break obsidian on easy mode, but you can easily swap out that obsidian for bedrock, and that would be fine. So the tech already exists. It's already on the channel. You can use that for whatever you want. That's a full-fledged tutorial for concrete, cobble, stone, basalt, or tree farms. It's like 7 things in one. Furnaces. The furnaces could be better. The thing about this is that it is going to be super inconsistent, and it's going to be super weird to get something that actually works. Yeah, it looks like just the one. Withers have a chance to break even at bedrock things. Actually, you know what? A wither would drop 100%. We could try a wither down here. No, withers can't break bedrock blocks. Nothing can break bedrock besides exploits and bugs in creative mode. Yeah, bedrock is a perfectly safe thing to trap a wither in if you build it correctly. You probably need a couple dozen, at least. Withers can only break blocks in a 4x4 range around them to one direction. I forget which direction it is. So if you have a wither right here, southeast, it's going to break all these blocks in a 4x4 around it. So you just need to build everything in this range out of bedrock that you want to be permanent, and then push your blocks into that range. And then shoot some snowballs at the wither. I thought that would do better. All right, there's TNT down there. Okay, let's load farm number 1. Much cleaner. So let's try doing this with just the 1 end crystal. Because you just need that end crystal there to break the bedrock again. That's the only reason why it's actually there. Oh, right, I had to restart the game. Let's see. It's ender crystal. Radius equals just a 2. Gonna get rid of that one. Okay, and then we'll see what happens with just that. How about that? This one should be the summoning one, I think. There's a way to make it so that the final one that you have right here is the summoning. There you go. So we should be able to get just that right there as our, you know, thing. So boop, boop. Maybe we put our TNT a little bit higher. But that did not function how I thought it would. You should have stayed floating midair. Silly Willy. I don't really need that buried anymore. No banning! You banned placing or interacting with blocks and items. They're only obtainable with cheats. Basically, just no bedrock. I think that's the only thing. Yeah, no bedrock for a minute. Okay. I'm not personally interacting with it. This button is interacting with it. Items that are, yeah, only bedrock and other stuff. Bedrock, etc. Yeah, see, that one's the proper summoning one. You can't do it on this side, but you can do it on that side. Oops. It's an accident, I swear. Let's put this a block higher. See if that has any meaningful impact. It did give us 1. You're always going to get at least... Well, not always, actually. It is random, but generally you always when you do get one, you get one. Just the one. No structure blocks. Ah, no structure blocks. Dang it. I'm not interacting with Bedrock. I said no. No, me interacting with it. This redstone's not interacting. Alright, we need to kill these items. I think I did all that correctly. Let's see. Radius equals 20. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we've seen a way of getting multiple per. It should be possible, but I'm not sure why it's not working. That's kind of weird. That render is way lower than the actual end crystal. Anyway. Yeah, there's a certain amount of randomness that's hurting us here. If we can find a way around that randomness, we'd be golden. I'm sure that's legal. Just light the TNT on fire. That didn't give us one either. Also, I'm sure the overworld's looking real messy right now. Yeah, that's a whole lot of end crystals. That actually looks really cool. Oh man, that's something nasty. You don't want to touch that. No targets match selector. I see. There it goes. Okay. I should probably relog. Punch it. I ain't gonna punch it. It's a bad idea. So, do withers still drop every block? I had some withers over here. Let's try this one. They should drop every block. If there is a way of doing this where we have to use a wither, I think that would be fine. Okay, so let's try this out, shall we? Snowball. Because you might be able to trap a wither underneath there. Because right now it's not actually doing anything. Yeah, see? There you go. If you can trap it in a cage underneath your thing and then damage it just at the right time, I wonder how that would affect it. Is that gonna break an end crystal? You need a way for it to break an end crystal. Kinda like that! Perfect. Imagine the day where TNT drops 100%. Be a fine, fine day indeed. Oh, he's pointing at that snow golem over there. Come on, do it again. You know you want to. You're not smarter than this. Blow up the end crystal. The second I look away. Yeah, these guys got really long range, by the way. Okay. So yeah, we might be able to make a wither work. Oh, the video thumbnail. Yeah, I should have thought about that. Well, we're going to get a lot more crystals in the overworld. So, we have farm 1 and farm 2 saved. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a wither cage right here. We're going to have to use some bedrock. Bedrock. We want basically like this. I think. Yeah, here's hoping. That's the correct direction. Please don't go the overworld. Appreciate you immensely. Okay, we're gonna give this guy a little bit of a snowy friend. So that he doesn't shoot off skulls randomly, because that's a very bad thing. Little bit of a snowy woey friend to help him through his troubles of being an evil person. Everybody needs a friend. Yeah, that's a problem. I was just trying to fix that. Where'd he go? Did he die? He died. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna just kill that wither. Nobody needs him. He's a mess. He's something of a mess. We're gonna give this guy some water. That way everything in here pushes the wither skulls up. This might take a lot of design time, actually. Also, I am allowed to build out of bedrock. Some bedrock right there. Put some of this right there. Gonna put a button right here, I guess. We could just get a command to make this faster, I suppose. But, this is probably what you would need to do as part of the bedrock farm. Purple water's cool. Yeah, it is kind of cool, ain't it? It's got custom colors for every biome. Yeah, let's just see. Now I'm curious. Is that gonna work? It should shoot that direction, and then it should get pushed up. I think. It might not be far enough away. It might not be enough bubbles. Who knows? It's probably not gonna last very long. Yeah. Yep, there he goes. Okay. Ow, that one shot me. How rude. We're just gonna grab our commands over here that kill those skulls. Incredibly useful little commands. Oh. Let's just kill all of them within a radius of 25. I have set up a system like this before. I showed it in the most recent Wither Killer video, but it's not very practical for most things. It's kind of annoying to try and get a Wither like set up properly so it doesn't shoot skulls everywhere. The random skulls are really annoying. It's almost like they designed the Wither to not be reasonable to have set up for a cage or something. Especially the purple skulls. Those break obsidian. King Carl, thank you for the 20 minutes. Have a good night, and thank you for coming by. Also, Knife's Knife and Big, along with Anto and Hunter is MC Pro. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. Can I regenerate in couple wall? Yeah, adds to complexity. How rude am I trying to do that? I know! Anyway, if you see any, like, wither roses popping around, that's from those skulls. Because if you kill a wither rose with a kill command, it drops a, or sorry, if you kill a wither skull with a kill command, it drops a wither rose. Because those skulls have the wither effect. And they're basically a splash potion, really. They run into things, give it that effect, blow up. You love the idea of infinite bedrock. Slightly expensive. We're working out the concepts of it now. We need to get in our pistons and stuff. And then there should be a TNT in here somewhere. Oh no, we're gonna use the wither for that. Right. Okay. We need a way to actually blow this whole thing up, though. Well, you know, let's just try it. Whatever. What's the worst thing that could happen? Place your bets right now. The absolute worst thing that could happen when this wither goes live. No, there's no TNT explodes on Whispercraft. You can't do this on any of our fan servers. It's all disabled. Q Guy and Kane, thank you for the follows. Whether it's spawn. That would be bad. Why are you doing this? Stop it! Stop doing that. Oh, butts. It's respawning a dragon, too. I almost forgot about that. Okay, who had bets on a loose wither and a loose dragon? They won 3 points. Hey, Kane! Kane! I need to get better at saying that. Kane! Huh? Yeah, something like that. What are you doing out of there? Bro, no, wrong commands. Kill the wither. Why? Bro, listen to me. Got one job. It's called stay in the wither cage. Why are you just falling through there? Okay, who had bets on 5 loose withers? I don't think anyone had bets on that. Accidental wither killer. Well, yes. I'm experiencing a skill issue. That's my everyday life. How'd you know? Yeah, this area got really messy all of a sudden. Stay in there! Dummy. Big dummy. The biggest McBig dumb. All of a sudden. That's how it goes. Okay. We can guess. You bet on 6 withers going loose? I'm sure you did. I didn't put in the thing. Okay, well he did escape that time. That's good. We need to modify this. So we have our pistons here and here. There we go. Okay. I swear to you, I probably know some of what I'm doing. I really should respawn using that one, though. Breakity there. Breakity there. That's not quite great. No, not quite what we need. We need a place where this wither can break a thing at. You're gonna get out of there if I leave. Playing with the wither. Yeah, so southeast to 2 blocks diagonal. He should be able to break that. And his core name's always blue. It's always been blue. So we want to have him blow up an end crystal and then not have the end crystal blow up this dude right here. So the wither is explicitly trying to break this block with his explosion damage dealio thingy, which he does. He does do that. But we also need him to break an end crystal, which would be on this side. So probably like right here. Okay. That seems fair. Let's have that right there. You're down a block. That makes no sense. You are a bad, bad wither. You're a bad man and a bad person. I think this farm needs a snow golem. I think it needs a lot of things. Mostly some cohesion and to actually work. Why are you going down a block? Are you okay? Let him do what he wants. He doesn't know what he wants. He just does what he wants. You're such a dumb! Why are you dumb? He's an idiot. I'm sorry to say this, but the wither has been diagnosed with chronic stupidity. That's why we're such good friends. We have the same disease. Oh, jeez. Just stay right there. It's not difficult. What is this contraption? We're trying to farm a bedrock. Currently, we're just farming a big old crater in the ground. Yeah, it's not killing the end crystal, is it? Endstone farm. Yeah, you're not wrong. How was he breaking the end crystal before? Because we need to blow up this thing immediately as soon as he destroys all this. If I try enabling breakable bedrock. Ooh, good idea. I have not. So, this is a dumb idea. Mostly because I don't think it'll be fast enough. You guys get where I'm going with this? No, it's not going to be fast enough. Because there's a stupid 1 tick delay on the observer. We need a way of instantly knowing when he breaks that block and then destroying this whole thing at the same time. I changed the game rules to be game rule mob griefing true or false or whatever. Whatever this guy was doing was wrong. I don't know if there's a way to do that. He was blowing these up earlier, wasn't he? Or was he just randomly shooting it with a skull? Is this just like on the wrong side now? Okay. Yeah, he needs to break blocks as soon as he gets damaged. There's a delay on it. Yeah, that's not helpful at all. The crystals are 2 blocks above him. They were right next to him. You have no clue what I'm doing? I got a clue of what I'm doing, probably. I'm not going to tell you what it is, though. Not going to tell you. Anyway. Well, this guy's being dumb. Let's go ahead and switch all this away. We need to repair this area a little bit. Not just cover over it, like actually fill it in, probably. Because there's a whole giant crater underneath there still. Yeah, so I do want to try and get some Immortal Ink Crystals in a little bit of a more cohesive way. So the current way of getting them is, you know, just using this farm. But that's not particularly useful. I think there's going to be a better way of getting Immortal Ink Crystals that doesn't require all of this shenanigans. So the Immortal Ink Crystals are the ones that have these big old laser beams on them. And of course, those are the coolest ink crystals. Everybody wants these ink crystals. Do you need mob griefing on for Withered Breaker Crystal? It was already breaking blocks. Mob griefing was always on. Mangrove tree farm seems way easier than a bedrock farm. I mean, by definition, I think so. So we need to figure out if we can push these ink crystals down. Let's do this off the ground so we don't blow everything up. I think you can push them down, but you probably got to relog for it first. Yeah, let's see about that. Thumbnail, yep, need to do it. Can you not push it down? Oh, there's another block right there. Yeah, you can push it down. Okay. You can't push it down into a block, though? Oh, okay, that kind of ruins the idea. Seems like you should be able to push it down into a block, right? Seems like you should be able to. Also, I want to try pushing it to the west, because I've only tried pushing it to the east so far. Oh, that works. Didn't even need to relog for that. There wasn't a block there. I guess you can't push a block into the ink crystal. You can. Okay, so yeah, you can't break bedrock by pushing it west or north. You have to push it to the south or to the east, which is a weird mechanic. That's a weird mechanic indeed. Wonder if that took some figuring out. Gee, I wonder if this is directional. Turns out that it is. Like, well, okay. That went to the side? That's illegal. And now it's dead. That's what you get for being illegal. So the idea was to have one ink crystal in here. Just in, like, this area. Or ideally I wanted it over here, because then you could use just this one as the resummoning crystal. It would cost less. So you won't even need all this bedrock breaking stuff. So you just get one ink crystal right there. Same level as the actual end portal. That's not going to resummon this, is it? There's got to be a way to make it so that this one actually acts properly. Do we need to place this one last or something? Oh, okay. So if you place it last, that'll summon it. That's strange. Whatever. And then we need a bow. Yeah, so that kills all that. And then we should have one in the overworld. Yeah, okay. So that's an easy enough way of doing it. Infinite in crystal farm. You're not farming in crystals with this. You are losing them. It costs 3 to get them. Perfect name for a white sheep. Okay. So you can't push it down. That means that you'd want to get one basically just right there. So let's see if we can use this guy as the final crystal to summon. You can't! Why can't you do it on this side, though? It's directional, isn't it? Okay. It doesn't need to be this spot. It doesn't work for that spot. So let's try these other spots on the edges. Let's try like this one and all the other ones. I'm not sure in which way it's directional, so we'll have to try and suss that out. So we place in that dude, that dude, that dude, and then that one. Okay. You can't necessarily do that. That did not stop the summoning sequence. Killing the crystals of a command, it does not stop the summoning sequence. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? How'd you know about him? I think I broke the summoning sequence. Ha! Yeah, I broke it. I legit broke the summoning sequence. It's just stuck midway. That's great. That's beautiful. I am all powerful. This tickles. Another great thumbnail. Oh, they get darker as they go. Look at that. They're white and then they transition and fade into black. That's interesting. What if we did this on Whispercraft? I'm pretty sure you need a command to do this on Whispercraft, which is not going to happen. Pretty sure that's a good thumbnail right there. That's very messy. I kind of want to leave it like that, but it's not going to last. Oh, it's not going to change? Okay, there we go. I got rid of it. I fixed it. I know what I'm doing. I swear to you, I am the utmost professional at what I do. That one doesn't work either. All the easy ones are not gonna be functional for summoning in a dragon and also getting an immortal crystal. This one right here is the last easy spot that you got to do the minimum amount of pushing for. Doesn't work. Check the pillars. They got multiple crystals on them. Oh, that one does. Oh, all the ones that had 2 summonings got 2 crystals. Yeah. So, yeah, it's kind of opposite. So the only places that you can put a crystal to summon it in are in these spots. And, or, no, it's got to be that one and this one, right? Yeah, all the most difficult places to reach. Actually, you know what? We might be able to use that one. We can cheat a little bit. We can go through the wall. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we can use that one. It might take us 2 in crystals, actually. You can do this with just the two? Hold on. No, it's still going. Hold on. What if I do two at once? Oh, it's not gonna work? Okay. Ah! Relock! Stop it! Just play along. I'm trying. I'm trying to make it not cursed. There we go. I fixed it. Thought I already made this. Yes, we already made it, but I'm trying to figure out more mechanics of it. So you would need to... I think either way you need to waste a crystal. Because you need to push in a crystal from this side to break that block. Or rather to break this one and this one. And then you need to summon one right here and push it in. To that location. Because you can't push it down. If you could push it down, you could just push it right in. Making a bedrock farm. I'm making an immortal and crystal farm. And you have to place that one in last. Which I'm not sure how that's going to work for us. Yeah. Is that gonna summon a dragon? If you push in the crystal? I don't think it does. It should! Why wouldn't that work? You can't push in a crystal, you have to place it right there? I call shenanigans on that. Yeah. So you can put all the crystals in there, but, okay. Well, I guess either way, you're always going to use 6. 6 per immortal crystal. Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and ruin the summoning of the dragon. Let's just break that and get that extra cursed for a moment, because this is actually good for a bug rock. So we're going to wait for it to summon in all of these. And then we're going to kill these guys with a command. And then we're going to relog. Yeah, it doesn't update crystal location to anyone's place. Yeah, basically. I was trying to save a crystal by pushing it in, but apparently not. This is great. I love it. We broke the dragon summoning sequence. This is much better. It's kind of trippy. Why wouldn't you have coordinates enabled? It's literally a vanilla feature. We fought the coordinate wars to give you the ability to enable coordinates on your server and have it not be a cheat. This option right here was down below the cheats toggle. You literally had to activate cheats to get coordinates back in the early days of Bedrock Edition, and we fought the coordinate wars so that all of y'all could have the easy coordinates. It's still terrible that they're just like always on in the upper left, but I mean, whatever. It's all good. Right then. So how am I going to do this thumbnail? Yeah, I think something like this. This looks great. I'm the final boss of Minecraft, everybody. You're welcome. Let's see. You're going to slay me once and then probably forget about me. Oh, I got glowstone on my head. There we go. Good thumbnail. Coordinate war. Oh my god. Yeah, you weren't there for the coordinate wars. You're not OG enough. I'm just kidding. Jeez. I really like this. This is great. I don't have an in portal. I can fix that. There we go. No, they did not just say okay. It was way more than that, Johnny. It took months and months and months and months and months of bickering back and forth and Twitter threads and support tickets and like feedback site and bug reports and suggestion tickets and talking with devs and begging and hoping that Mojang would listen to us to get coordinates. It was not an easy task. It took forever. How do we want to do this? I think we're going to put them up on the hill right here. Yeah, it was not a simple task. It was suffering, pain and suffering. They were like, oh, you don't need coordinates. You can build pillars in the middle of your Minecraft world and use those to navigate. Who needs coordinates? You can build a pillar in the middle of your world. That was legitimately their suggestion. Why don't you just build a pillar? Yeah, no, it's a terrible suggestion. Let's see about this. Then we need to fight for F3. We've been fighting for that for years. TP, bracket, ender! Does it not? Oh, sorry. Type equals ender crystal. Radius equals 3. Boop. Can you not teleport it? Does that not exist? It does exist. Commands have found it with the kill command. No handling explosives. That's probably for the best. There it goes. That's really dumb. I want to get this one up here too, though. Is it handling them if I just teleport them? I can look at him. Look how cool that is. I want to get one of these to 0-0 and see what happens. I think what I can do is I can just like change world spawn to 0-0 and then send through a new one. Do I know much player mob and game test? I don't really know much at all about game test. I know it's really powerful and it's really great in every way imaginable, but I don't know much about it in general. So many pillars. What's a catchy picketing phrase? F3! We need it! Yeah, I'm not great with rhymes or rhythms. Jackie Boys, and along with Sam and Pujan, JK Pro, Luigi, and I can't think of a username. Thank you for the follows. Welcome in. That's a much better place for these crystals. Just beaming across the map. Yeah, they do combine a little bit as you get along the way, don't they? Yeah, they get closer. Oh, and then they diverge. I was not expecting that. Weird. Okay. It's kind of cool. I would love to have some of these on Truly Bedrock. Like, this is just so cool. This is not something that you see all the time. Like, this is excellent. This is quality level stuff. You can hide these behind a wall, too. I could build a Death Star out of this. Retexture it so this is green. Yeah, this is great. Send it through someone's base that you don't like, so it's just like always there. That'd be great. I crossed the streams! I crossed the streams! It's gonna explode. I really wonder why they diverge. That doesn't really make any sense, but okay, whatever. Right. Help me remember. It's 1600 0, basically. 0, 100 0. Also, I realized my world spawn is like totally screwed up. Like, I don't know what happened here, but this is multiple different generations. It's like partially generated in one update, partially in another. You got like just the husk of this dude. Yeah, it's all kind of screwed up. I don't know what happened. It's just like a single chunk of a village. And then I noticed something over here in this cave. Oh yeah, this looks right. Yeah, this is fine. Totally okay with this. Sure. Yeah, this is great. This is probably, this is going on Twitter. That right there, it's going on Twitter. Either from this angle or from this angle. I don't know which one's better. Yeah, it looks fine. Totally normal. Minecraft generation, everybody. Right, where's 0, 0? I forget. I already lost it. It's right here. Okay. Set block. Obsidian. And then set structure list. Hold on. What was that? Structure. Looking for set world spawn. And then set block. Portal. Right then, let's get another Immortal End Crystal through and see where it points. I'm betting you it points towards 0, 0. You guys want to take bets on it? If you lose, I have to continue streaming. And... wait, no, that's if I lose. If I lose, I have to continue streaming. And if you lose, you have to tell me what your favorite cookie is. I know. Personal information. That's not where that belongs. You're just inside a bedrock. That's fine. Oh, did you see that? The little cage around it kind of lines up with the block. Yeah, just ever so slightly. Right, this needs to be broken. Can I structure block an immortal crystal? That's an amazing question. I bet you probably can. You can structure block immortal mobs. Where is this pointing? Okay, well, I guess I have to keep streaming. Pecan Sandies. Wait, too soon? Too soon. Why? Why is it over there? That doesn't make any sense. Why is it not around 0, 0? Bro, Bedrock Edition can't even get that part right. This is probably the dumbest live stream I've ever done. It works! Heckin' yeah! That's great. Okay, the dumbness just went down at least like 4 points. It doesn't even point to the same location every time. Oh, that sucks. What is your problem? Okay, so it's saving the exact data of that crystal. The crystal isn't choosing a new place to look at. It's just saving the exact data of that crystal and then pasting it again. Okay. Oh, there goes the top of those trees. Really? Okay, fine. Whatever. Where's my end portal at? It's pointing to a pillar? You know? Yeah, it might be actually. Yeah. Huh. Oh, okay, so instead of... okay, so I was thinking it would be crystals on the outsides pointing in, but it's actually crystals on the inside pointing out. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. That does make sense, actually. So you could choose the... Yeah, okay, huh. We're messing with Immortal Ink Crystals right now. It's silly. This is unproven territory. So they're all just shooting straight up right now. And that one's not pointing anywhere? That's fair, I guess. Sure. Bet they're pointing in their stronghold. I kind of doubt it. Yeah, see, that one's pointing in a completely different angle now. So, what is this? So this is 40, -1. 40, 89, -1. Yeah, you're right. They totally are. Not exactly, but close enough. Interesting. Hey, Nat, thanks for gifting a bunch of subs to the community. That's very nice of you. You got gifted subs to Big, along with DPC, JJ, Jimbo, Slice, and password is 1234. Much appreciated. Hopefully doing great tonight, Nat. Jeez, words. Words are hard. Enjoy your get the subs, everyone. Show some love in the chat to Nat being a crazy person. Nah, the weather was a terrible idea. Light. Is it possible to get another portal tiles? It is. Yeah, there's a few different ways of doing it. I forget the specifics, but yeah, you can. So, that's interesting. I do want to see if it keeps pointing to the same location, even if you move the crystal. Also, please tell me. Please, please, please tell me that we can have some actual legitimate fun with these guys. And that Mojang isn't a big silly dum-dum. If Mojang's a big silly dum-dum, I'm gonna have to tweet about it. It's feeling like they're a big silly dum-dum. They're a big silly dum-dum. Yeah. I was hoping you can launch it. It looks like the crystals are actually redirecting to the correct location. They're not staying pointed at the same exact spot. Or sorry, they are staying pointed at the same spot. This beam is not static. It can change. Yeah, you can totally see it change, actually. That's excellent. So, pay attention to where the beam is pointing. Yeah, it's totally changing. That's great. Okay, that gives us a lot of possibilities. Oh my god, I so want to use these next season. You know what this means we can do, right? Okay, this is great news, everybody. Great news. Okay. This is fantastic. I'm feeling great about this now. Great news. We can rebuild the entire end dimension in the overworld and have like a proper like summoning sequence going. You could very easily farm a variety of these end crystals and have multiple pointing at the same spot. So if you wanted to have like a bunch circled around you, pointing to the central spot, such as these ones being at the very top, you could totally do that. You could absolutely do that. Or you could have them down in the center, pointing to all of the different locations around the ring. So imagine this is like the end fountain right here, like center of the end, and they're pointing up and out to all these different end pillars around you. And then on top of those end pillars, they're pointing towards the very middle or something. Yeah, you have to work around the coordinates that they've already chosen, but that's fine. Let's go through the end and get another one of these first pillar crystals. Can you move up and down? Yeah, you can. So as soon as it points to the first one, we blow it up. Yep, okay, so that's the first one. And now... Oh, maybe we need to wait a little bit. Wow. You can definitely have multiple pointing to the same spot, though, can't you? If you can't, that breaks a lot of possibilities. Let's give it a second. Break the crystals. Oh my god. Oh. We broke it another way. Okay. Sure. Where's this one pointing to? 12, 79, 39. Oh, 79, 39. Yeah, this is kind of weird. Okay, that actually does make sense. Yeah, so that's the one that's actually pointing to. Interesting. It looks really weird because our crystals are at the wrong height. Let's get these down to 62 in the overworld, and we'll have a much better time visualizing what they're actually pointing to. So let's teleport this down a little bit. I wonder if that's gonna change the beam location. Set block. No, I need that teleport command. $62. I got a relog. Aha! So the beam does update. Okay, great. That works a lot better. I don't know why you need to relog, but whatever. Yeah, exactly, DPC. I'm trying to get another phase 1, but this is a phase 2 or 3 portal? 2 or 3? So that's like end portal or end pillar number 1. And then that would be pillar 2, and that one's pillar 3. Something like that. Let's get ourselves end portal there. Yeah, that's definitely pillar 3. Did they skip over pillar 2? Or was that just too slow for that? I want to get another pillar 1. So 1, 2, 3, etc. That should have been a pillar 1. There we go. Okay, that's better. Let's separate this guy out to here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So now we need a pillar 2. This is gonna look so weird. I love it. Absolutely love it. This is such a dumb thing. Have you guys seen anyone do this on Bedrock before? I definitely haven't. I barely even, like, I heard rumors that these things sort of existed on Bedrock, but I never actually seen one. Until I started doing this. I want to do this on Truly Bedrock. I don't think it's going to happen this season. Hey, Chieftain, welcome back, and thank you for 20 months of resubscribing. Welcome in. It's good to see you again. Hopefully all is good and great. We also got Bad Boy, with the follow. Okay, let's get a phase 4. How many of these are there? We can do this pretty quickly. 0, 70, 0. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's only 10. Okay. Look at that, guys. We're 50% of the way there. Moving these is going to be the only tedious thing. Especially if your world spawn is not at 0, 0. I'm going to have to petition the TB members to put world spawn at 0, 0. That way I can do fun things. Wait, we get Truly Bedrock survival only? Truly Bedrock is survival. Yeah, everything Truly Bedrock is survival. There's no creative or anything on this server. This is technical Tuesday right now. We're in my redstone world. This isn't Truly Bedrock. I love how dumb this is. That one over there can probably be killed. So now we need number 5. Okay, this is great. It's all coming together. Guess I need to build a gas farm to do this. I wonder how the dragon feels about this. It's just getting infinitely psyched out. Break the crystals. Okay, that's a number 6. I swear the pointiness of it is not, or like the hitbox of the end crystal is not very accurate to what I would think it would be. Is Silent currently distracted by this? No, this is the stream now. I want to get all of them. I think it would be fun. We need a 5. You're so done with gas. I don't blame you. Gas are the worst. In every way, gas are genuinely the worst. That one's 5. 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. You have the same issue with the gas? Yeah, I don't blame you. You heard Sharkos are a lot of fun too? Oh, definitely. So much fun. All of the fun. Great, it's only getting better. I'm finding this infinitely more amusing the more we do it. Okay, so this one. Rebuilding this in the overworld, wouldn't it take, like, all of the effort in the world? It would take a lot, but the obsidian wouldn't be that hard to get. The endstone would be pretty easy to get. Moving these crystals around, that would probably take the longest time. Because you'd have to individually push them to their own locations. Can you push any crystal to break blocks or just immortal ones? The end crystals in the end dimension always have fire underneath them, if they can. So that's why. These immortal end crystals just have beams. That's the only thing special about them. With my luck, if I did start a project like this, it would probably get broken midway through by Mojang. Right, like, hey, bug fix, no more of that. Okay, there's only 3 more to do. So, this would take at least 40... No, it would take 50 end crystals to do this. That's not bad, honestly. Not even a stack. Assuming that you don't, like, accidentally blow up any. Yeah, you can only use them for block breaking in the end. That's correct. With that in mind, you could actually open up the tops of your end city gateways, I believe. That would only last until you fight another dragon. Which one are we on now? We need to do these last 2 big ones, right? I think we're on 8. How do you get that ledger? This is a cape. You get this cape from... I forget how, but it's not a thing that you can get anymore. So I don't think it matters. It's the Founder's Cape. I forget what the Founder's Cape was for. Do you guys remember what the Founder's Cape was for? The Pan Cape you got for playing in the betas. I don't know if they even do that anymore. Windows 10. Oh, sorry. This was the Pan Cape. Yeah. It looks very similar to the Founder's Cape, to be fair. Yeah, this is Founder's Cape. I mean, they're both yellow squiggles. For Founders. Could not have guessed that one. So now we just need the last one. Okay. What exactly are we doing? We're breaking the game. That's half of my specialty. And the other half is just looking dumb on camera. Blink, blink. So basically, we're getting these Immortal End Crystals. These guys got beams to resummon the dragon. We're breaking them mid-explosion, and one of them is inside the portal. So instead of blowing up, it goes through the portal to the overworld. It still has these beams. We set world spawn to 0, 0, 0. And then we're getting all these beams. Just like that. And then we got this crystal, and then it shoots to there, and then we teleport it down to the rest of them so it looks right. And then you gotta relog, because apparently it doesn't like to teleport things. And then... the suspension. It builds. It keeps building. There you go. Da-da! We got all 10 of these. And these are all pointing to where end pillars would be. Possibly one of the dumber things I've done today. Not to date, just today. Let's see. Where's my... I guess I'll just write a new one. Obsidian. Yeah, so then you'd have to end crystal each one of these. It doesn't quite line up perfectly. Which I guess, like, it's only so much you can ask for. Ah, it's ruined. It doesn't line up perfectly with my build. SMH. Yeah, something like that. And then if I did actually farm Bedrock, I would be able to build this, like, accurately, too. It sounds like a really dumb project, but I really want to do it. I think there's a way to make the beams line up even better as well, Because if you choose where the end crystal is in the end dimension, when you send it through the portal, that'll change like its origin point, I think. Or maybe it doesn't matter too much. But obviously, like, you don't want to have them just in a pile like this. There is 10 of them, so we would need 4, 6, 8. No, I don't know how you would divide that up evenly. How would you divide that up evenly? So if there's a 3x3 middle, I imagine you'd probably do like 4 on the corners. Yeah, maybe we could just do 9? I don't know. It's probably not a good way to divide that up evenly. Bam! Solved it. Yeah, this is really dumb. Put one right there. Put one right there. I guess these should be pieces of bedrock. Those are the best projects. It's genuinely kind of exciting. I kind of like this. It's one of those really dumb Minecraft things that you can just do because you feel like it. I'm totally down for doing this in survival. Like, we just did this in, like, what, sub 20 minutes once we figured it out in creative? Of course, actually, like, terraforming the terrain and building it up properly is a whole another ordeal. I mean, if we did it properly, we wouldn't even need to move the end crystals. So what you would do is you would set your world spawn exactly in the middle, and then you just send through all the crystals, and they would just be right there. They would be all in one block, and then you encase them in something so that you don't blow them up. And then you move world spawn somewhere else, maybe a couple blocks to the side, so that you don't respawn inside of 10 end crystals, because that sounds like a terrible idea. And this could be our world spawn. I don't know when the next season is going to be, but this is probably going to be around for a while, I would assume. No bedrock half slab. Oh my god, it's ruined! Absolutely ruined. You can't really do this on Whispercraft or the fan servers, because this would send them to actual world spawn. That's a very bad idea. Don't do that. Please don't do that. You'll be banned. Yeah, you can put in some of the bedrock. Yeah, if you actually did farm bedrock for this, then you could put like a bedrock block right here. And then if Foxy No Tail added bedrock mini blocks to the game, then you can make these extra large and like sink them down the ground, have the half block. Lodestone resets the world spawn, right? No. There's no way to change world spawn unless you got commands. Bedrock slab, bedrock stairs, bedrock trapdoor, bedrock door, bedrock button. Heckin' yeah. Love it. Right, well, this is the absolute dumbest thing I've seen all day. You know what? We are going to move all these guys right to 0, 0. Here we go. 0, 0, 62. Where's my command for that? Right, so that should combine them all into one pile. What's the lodestone doing then? It just redirects compasses. So you click on a compass, then you get a lodestone compass. It'll have the enchanted like glint on it, and then that compass will point just towards that lodestone. It's not particularly useful. It's also really expensive. Oh, that looks so weird when you're backing away from it, because these beams get thinner the further away you are. Imagine having this as like just like a set piece in the middle of your table. We put this in the middle of like a town hall or something. Oh jeez. Hold on, I need to ask if I can do this on the next season. It's really bedrock. Hold on. Just gonna take that screenshot real quick. What's the one emoji called with like the eyes, the like pleading eyes? What's it called? Oh, is it? Oh, it's literally just called pleading face. Okay. Well, I guess that makes sense. I've never used that emoji before, but now I'm gonna do it. It's the dumbest thing ever. I love it so much. Oh, jeez. This is the best thing you've seen all day. It's not at all what I expected the stream to turn into, but it's great. So, the next order of business from here would be... Yeah, okay, the next order of business from here. Where's my end portal at? Did I destroy it? You want to get the crystals from on top of the end pillars. And the only way I think there is to do that is to use a kill command. How was my day today? It was great. We figured out how to do exactly what we're doing right now. It's been fantastic. So yeah, we just get these ones and then we'll wait for it to go vertical. There you go. Yeah, let's just wait for it to go around, I guess. We'll relog at one of these points. No, we tried to figure out a fully AFK design tonight, but it doesn't seem like there's a way to do it with these exact mechanics. At least not with the current method of regenerating the end portal. Because you have to blow everything up, I don't think there's a way to make a fully AFK. There's definitely going to be ways that are discovered to improve the efficiency of the farm and get you more bedrock per usage, but I don't foresee a fully AFK design coming out unless another way of regenerating this portal is discovered. I think you're going to need commands to do this. Yeah, so these guys should be fine. Can I push this? I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. Oh, I can't push a piece of bedrock. There you go. Yeah, so if you were in survival, you could, in theory, push that down. But this isn't a survival method, I don't believe, because you need a kill command to get this even. Well, in theory. Okay, I guess it just needs to be that dude. There he goes. Ah, it doesn't have a beam. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You can get these, though. Man, ending the stream. You thought you could outsmart me. I'll show you. It's delaying the inevitable. Huh, well, I mean, it's a thing. This is a really weird half slab, by the way. What do you think that is around the edge? Do you think that's just like iron bars or something? It does have the weird bedrock slab. Yeah, it does. It's not even like a normal size. It's like almost 2 blocks. It's its own texture. It's like dark on the bottom. It's really dumb. Also, I needed those blocks. Yeah, it's really dumb. Anyway, well, I guess this will just stay at my world spawn forever and ever and ever. Beautiful. Reinforced bedrock slab. You can push it, though. Yeah, we need reinforced bedrock on Minecraft. That's exactly what we need. Come on, Mojang, make it happen. Okay, so there's like 5 bugs on screen right now. There's like that dude right there, little, you know, seagrass bug thing. And then there's all these stupid chunks that are broken everywhere. And then there's these dudes. And then there is the other 2. There you go, that counts. Those 3 count as individual bugs. Ridiculous. Well, we didn't quite achieve like the intended goal, which was bedrock farming. But we did get this really dumb thing. Which I guess I should probably just take a screenshot of that right now. That seems like a good YouTube thumbnail. As long as nobody throws a trident into it. Brilliant. Nobody report this to Mojang. You would be my least favorite viewer. My least favorite friend if you did that. I ban you. I ban you right now. We need to have a way out of here. I'm not going to use that. That looks dumb. It's efficient, but it's dumb. I thought they would go further than that. They don't go very far. Anyway. No, blasting multiple sides didn't work, sadly. We didn't find any methods to get more than like 1 at a time, which is really silly. There should be ways. I think if TNT dropped better amounts of blocks, it would be great. But that is not a thing that we have on Bedrock Edition right now, so... Unfortunately, we can't do that. Raymond Soto, thank you for the 100 biddies! Cornerhard already learned of this exploit months ago from Discord discussion. Yeah, but the thing about Cornerhard is he's the Realm's lead developer for Bedrock and Java. He doesn't care about fixing gameplay bugs. He's worried about Realm's issues. Although he does fix some gameplay bugs, but this isn't a high priority bug fix. He's more worried about, like, other things. Like TNT not dropping 100% drop rate. Oh my god, Corner Hard, that's a huge bug. That destroyed my entire stream today. You should go check that out, Corner Hard. Tries to try to invade. Don't do it. Now we're gonna get back to the testing area. I'm gonna record a clip here for the next Bug Rock, which is releasing on Thursday. No spoilers. And then I'm just gonna teleport back to negative 1600 0. Nah. It'll be fine. Nobody's going to crash a realm using this. Least efficient way to crash a realm. What you would really do is end the stream. Thank you so much for watching tonight's live stream, everyone. Hopefully you have had a great time. If you have, then drop a follow, as it is the best way to make sure that you support the channel and see future videos and streams. If you have not, then I would highly recommend that you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/silentwhisper, or you can join our Discord, discord.gg/silentwhisper. You can follow me on Twitter at silentwhisper_. You can also support us on Patreon, check me out on TikTok, all the other good places like that. And otherwise, let's hop into a raid, shall we? Let's see. We got... Nobody streaming. Nobody's streaming Minecraft. We're going to check out the Marine Mammal Rescue Center because they're cute little mammals. Mostly otters and other cool stuff. Anyway, have yourselves a great night, everybody. I love your faces. I'll see you around and in the next one. And then there was silence. Thanks for all the bits, everybody. Thanks for all the gifted subs and all the other amazing things. Sorry if I missed anything. I think I read all the notifications, though. Bye.